Hey guys, Pro1701 here, and today we are going to be ranking the Doctor Who logos. Now originally this started as me ranking the intros as a whole, but as I was getting into that, I realized it made way more sense to rank the logos themselves first, and then the themes themselves first, and then do the intro as a whole last. So I wrote down my ranking intro, my logo intro, and my themes all separately. Today we're going to be talking about just the logos. So just the logos in Doctor Who from worst to best. And I've come up with 10. I know there might be slight variations, but most of them I'm just going to count together. Like, I know the Russell T Davies one had a couple different versions. I know they tweaked it slightly. I'm just going to count it as one logo. The 11th and 12th Doctor logos, I'm just going to count as one logo. I know they look I know they changed slightly, especially with Matt's last season when it was kind of reflecting the episode, but I'm just going to count those as one logo because I don't feel like doing 37 different logos that are slightly different. And starting at the bottom, at least I have 10. Lord knows I may have forgotten one somewhere, but I have 10. Starting at the bottom is the one that I just can't stand. There is this one logo that I have an utter hatred for. And it's the Russell T Davies era logo. I hate this logo so much, so much, so much. I cannot stand it. I love the era. I love Russell's era. But just that logo just looks so cheap and generic and boring and uninteresting. It does. It looks so cheap. It's like they had a budget of $10 and we're just gonna put it on this little funny looking shield and it's just gonna flip into the screen and it's gonna. It looks so awful. Like, I hate this logo. I hate merchandise with this logo on it. Like, I was a little more accepting of stuff coming out at the time, like, you know, the Series 2 set, the Series 3 set, the Series 4 set, stuff that was releasing at the time, because that was the current logo at the time. But I was so glad when they got rid of that logo. And I hate anything that retroactively has this logo on it. Like, if they do it just because, like, if they put out a product of that era with that logo, I hate it. I'd rather it just have the current logo on it, the Whittaker logo. I like way better than this logo. I don't like that Russell T Davies era logo. It looks so unimaginative, so uninteresting, it's so boring. I think the only thing that helps it out is it just happens to be attached to a great era of the show. The logo itself is awful. That is the only one I just flat out hate. We're going to move into another one that, while I don't hate, I just think isn't that good. And that is the 7th Doctor's logo. I don't really care for it either, especially the asymmetrical nature of it with the Doctor being slanted like this. Now, the actual Who letterings doesn't really bother me, but the way the Doctor's written, it looks so weird. It is. Every time I see it, I'm just like, that's weird. It seemed like such an odd choice. Maybe if the Doctor had been written across the top, more like the Pertwee logo, and it had a little more of a symmetrical look to it, I could get into it. But with it being written at that 45-degree angle, and the lettering of Doctor is so different from the lettering of Who, it just looks really odd to me. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's very good. The next one is the original one for the first Doctor. It's not that interesting. It serves its function, and it's really neat how in the actual intro the distortion effect kind of resolves into it or fades into it. That's a really neat effect. But the actual lettering is just kind of plain and uninteresting. It's just basically a type font, and then the lettering pulls back. I don't really find it that interesting. It's impressive, I guess, for 1963, but I don't find it that interesting. Next on the list is the logo that was used basically for Tom Baker's final season and the Fifth Doctor. I consider it the Fifth Doctor's logo. With the kind of neon light going, the little glass fluorescent tubing. It's very 80s. It's one of those you look at it and you're just like, 80s? It's not bad. I mean, we are kind of in the ones I'm fine with now. I think it's fine. It's always weird to me when I see merchandise with this logo on it. I think I remember some of the Target novels having this logo on them at some point. It's always weird to me when I see merchandise with this logo on it. But on in the actual intro, it's fine. It fits the star background pretty well. Just in and of itself, it looks a little out of place. So anytime I see it on merchandise, I'm like, that's weird. You know, like merchandise of the time. Next on the list, which I believe I'm in sixth place now, is the second Doctor's logo. Uh, I like this one a little more than the Hartnell one. I like this font style better. Uh, Again, it's not anything really impressive. It's fine. But I do like the way the font's a little wider, I think, than Hartnell's. I just like it a little better. It appeals to me a little more. Maybe it's just because of my attachment to the second Doctor subconsciously, but I don't mind it as much. It's fine. Number 5 on the list is the Sixth Doctor's theme. It's, again, a tweak on the Fifth Doctor one with the kind of neon lights, but I like this one better. I like the slight more slant it has like this. Maybe it's just I like the way it fades in the actual intro a lot. But I don't know, it just seems a little more... It's like it's a leveled up version of the Fifth Doctor one. It's like the Fifth Doctor one that evolved into a slightly better logo. And I don't know, between the two, I prefer Collins a little more than Peters. Number 4 on the list is the Diamond logo, most often associated with Tom Baker's time. I love this logo a lot. Especially in the actual intro. It's perfect for that intro. It's a very iconic logo. It's easily one of the show's most iconic logos. It's a really nice logo. The only reason it's not higher is because on the rare occasion I see it on merchandise, it looks oddly out of place. It's like it's perfect for the intro, but if I see it on, like, say if I saw it on a Target novel or an old magazine or even material, stuff that came out in the 70s, it always seems a little odd when I see it. It doesn't look like it fits. Like I feel like a different logo should be there. Maybe I'm just so used to the McGann logo being on all the classic stuff for a long time that it throws me off when I see that logo on merchandise. It's great for the intro, but seeing it anywhere else, I don't know why. It seems weird. It throws me off a bit. It's the only reason it's not higher. Number 3, I do have the Pertwee / McGann logo. I do like the blue from the TV movie better than that very psychedelic color used in John's logo. But I do like this logo. It's a very familiar logo since it's been used. It was used for a very, very long time to basically represent all of Classic Who. The DVD range, for example, uses this logo here. I absolutely love that logo. That shade of blue is perfect for it. I'm glad they brought it back for the TV movie. And again, I'm very familiar with it. I'm used to seeing it, and it looks good. I really like it. I still like being able to flip around some of the classic logos here. And that the Region 2 stuff has the reversible covers is really nice. It's just a well-rounded logo. I really like it. Number 2, I went with basically the Moffat logo, the logo that Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi had for the most part. I do prefer it without the DW that was in the Smith stuff for a little while. I was fine with the DW. I didn't hate it like some people did. And I thought it was neat how it turned into the TARDIS in the actual intro. I thought that was pretty cool. But I like that logo. It seems like a slightly refined version of the McGann logo. It does look a lot like the McGann logo. I just like the lettering choices a little better there. Plus, I think that logo looks good if you stack the Doctor on the Who or if you had them separate, with Doctor and then Who. I think that works. I think it works well either way. I just really like that lettering a lot. To me, that's what that looks more like right here anyway. But yeah, I really do enjoy the Moffat era logo. I think it looks really good. Especially coming from the Russell logo, which I hate, to that one. It was a vast improvement for me. So basically the whole Moffat run, I was much happier with that logo. And number one, my favorite Doctor Who logo is the current Doctor Who logo, the one that's on the collection box sets, the Whittaker logo, if you want to call it that. I don't really think of it as that. But I really like this logo, and I'm hoping that when Russell takes back over and they bring in the 14th Doctor, the collection box sets will stick with this logo. I'd rather that just be the collection box set logo. I'm fine with it being on the newer merchandise right now. Like, it's on all the steel books and stuff. It's pretty much the logo they use on everything now. And I really like this logo. I'm not quite sure why. I think I like the slash mark in the D and the slash mark that creates basically the middle mark of the H. I like the font. I don't know why, but I just absolutely love this logo. I think it looks phenomenal. It grew on me really quickly. I think it gets a lot of crap because it is the Whittaker logo, and so many people don't like the Whittaker era that I think the logo gets crapped on because of that. But for me, I don't associate it necessarily with her, even though it's the logo during her era of the show. With it being used on so much other stuff, I think it looks phenomenal on the collection box sets. I think it's a nice, mysterious looking logo for some reason. Something about that, the thinness of the letters and the slash marks right here, I really like that logo. It's for some reason, it's just my favorite logo in all of Doctor Who. And it's been like that for a while now. I don't know what it is. I just love anytime I see something with this logo on it. The steel books, I love having that logo on the steel books. I think it's a phenomenal logo. So that is me ranking the logos, the Doctor Who logos, from worst to best, in my opinion. I would like to know how you would rank these and what you think of my list. So comment down below and let me know what you think. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I'm currently trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're at like 635 right now, so if you would help me out with that, if you like what I do, I would certainly appreciate that. Whew, running out of breath. I also have a Patreon if you like what I do and would like to contribute to what I do. There is a link to my Patreon down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to two of my top tier patrons, the 5th Doctor and Stephen Crane. I really appreciate their support, just as I appreciate all of my patron support and all of my subscribers' support. I have a lot of neat things on my Patreon. I've really been trying to post even more on it than usual lately. Like, I've been doing some early access stuff. That's the new thing. I finally put a name on it, early access, where some videos they get sooner, sometimes a week or two sooner, or even more before it drops on the channel. So if you're like, man, I wish I could see another video he did, you don't want to wait for it to actually come out on the day it comes out. They get early access to some videos there. I have some videos and reviews that are exclusive just to my Patreon that I allow them to vote on. I also allow them to vote on reviews that will get done on the channel. And from the $10 tier and up, you also get video requests that you can make. A lot of other neat little things. I like doing videos about, my stuff here. I just got my first Super 7 Ninja Turtle figure the other day, which is their Michelangelo, so that's neat. I might do a video on that at some point, but I got some Thundercats up here, Transformers. I like my material things, so I do videos on those as well. So if that's anything that might interest you, pop down in the description and click on that link and check that out. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.